Figures as soon as I sit down and start recording, the guy upstairs turns something on long enough I can hear it. Hopefully it doesn't come through the computer speakers. Okay, anyway, I want to talk really quick about NXT War Games. I know I haven't done one of these reviews in a while. I'm going to keep this pretty informal, laid back, and I'm just going to run through the matches really quick, speak my mind on what I have to say about them. I grew up watching War Games through the 80s as a wrestling fan, and I watched WCW, and so I got some things to say. If you want a more comprehensive rundown of what happened, check out what someone like Solid Monster's got to say. He does really good reviews of these things. It'll be interesting to see what Jim Cornette has to say later this week about it. Oh boy. Okay, so let's just go match by match. If I forget one, I apologize. I didn't write anything down. I didn't even plan on doing this. Although hopefully, now that I've got a little more stable situation going with work and with my living situation, I'll be able to do these more often. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, so let's start with the opening match, which was the women's War Game match. Let's see, you had Shotzi Blackheart, Rhea Ripley, Io Shirai, and Ember Moon against Dakota Kai, Mercedes Martinez, Candice LeRae, and I'm completely blanking on the other person. Toni Storm. How am I forgetting Toni Storm? I love Toni Storm. Okay, anyway, I'm still not used to her being a heel. That's probably it. Anyway, what are my thoughts on this match? It started off okay, although they had it all backwards. Really, the faces win the advantage, and then they have the heels doing face spots. It made no sense. At one point, after Rhea got in, no, what was it? All right, so Dakota and Ember started. Then Shotzi was next. Oh, I hate Shotzi Blackheart. I'm sorry, I do not like her. I do not think she's good. I hate the tank. Anyway, she gets in there. She brings in a freaking toolbox and a crowbar. I don't remember if anybody even used the crowbar. Jeez. And at that point, it's like, oh my God, come on. You got 2 rings and a freaking cage around you. You need more. And then after that, Mercedes Martinez came in. Nothing new was brought in. Good. Leave the new stuff out. I thought maybe that we'd get lucky and it'd just be that thing and it'd figure into the finish and that'd be it. I was wrong. Okay, so Mercedes Martinez came in and did a good big person thing. Did the good big person heel thing where the baby faces try to gang up on her and she's just too big, too powerful. And then Rhea comes in. And they had some nice teases of Rhea and Mercedes Martinez going at it that I was getting into. And then after Rhea came in, it felt like everybody walked right past the door, hopped off the little stage, and went under the ring for something. Come on. Seriously? You don't need to do that. You got 2 rings with a frickin' steel cage around it. Put the top back on like was originally in the War Games thing. You know, no more jumping off the top of the freaking thing. And just make it look like a real fight. Come on. You know, have people actually get into it. So then at this point, everybody's throwing something in there. Toni Storm brought a bunch of kendo sticks in. I am so over the kendo sticks. I am done with them. If I never see another kendo stick again, I will die a happy man. I'm done with kendo sticks. I hate them. I can't stand them anymore. I know they're Hikaru Shida's gimmick, but I don't even want to see her with one anymore. Let's see. Toni Storm came in. It got to the point where, okay, Hikaru Shida tries to come in, and they're keeping her out of the ring. Of course, they're keeping her out of the ring after she walked past the door, down to the floor and threw a bunch of junk in the ring, including, I think did she throw tables in? I don't remember if she threw tables in or not. 2 ladders, chairs. Again, you're in a freaking steel cage. You don't need all these things. You don't. If you need all these things, that shows how weak your product is, that you need all these gimmicks and toys. I'm sorry, it does. It's terrible. It's garbage. And I like Io. I like a lot of people in this match, but this match, whoever put it together, it was trash, man. After pretty much everything after Rhea got in was garbage. Like I said, I like Dakota Kai. I like Ember Moon. You know, I haven't seen much Mercedes Martinez. I haven't been keeping up with it. But what I saw of her tonight, I liked. I love Rhea Ripley. I love Toni Storm. I like Io Shirai. But this match was not good. It just wasn't good. You know, as soon as Io started throwing stuff in, it's like, I'm out. This lost me. I don't care anymore. And then after Candice LeRae, who's the last one, gets into the ring, Io's still out on the floor. They haven't let her in the ring yet because Mercedes Martinez and Toni Storm and them keep keeping her out. Then somebody else jumps Io for a little bit, and whatever. And I mean, that could have maybe kind of worked without all the furniture. You don't need all the frickin' furniture. If, the baby faces had the disadvantage. So it had been 4-on-3 and the heels were just beating down the other faces and they needed Io to come in and make the save and they were keeping her out. Then that could have worked. That could have worked. There was an idea there that could have worked. But as it stands, it didn't. And then Io comes jumping off the top of the cage and she puts a trash can over her and jumps down. Seriously, go check Twitter. They posted a GIF of it on Twitter. They posted a clip of it on Twitter, and it's just ridiculous. Again, get rid of the garbage can. You don't need the tools. You don't need the toys. And I already don't like the fact that they let you win by pinfall in these things, because I grew up, it was submission or surrender. Those were the only ways to win. This was supposed to be the end-all, be-all of grudge matches. It's just a generic blah match now. Okay, so that match ended. Whatever. Alright, I don't even care who won. I think the heels won. That match lost me multiple times during it. Okay, then we had Timothy Thatcher versus Tommaso Ciampa. This match was good. I really liked this match. I got into this match. I could believe that these were two guys fighting that didn't like each other. Alright, I like this match. I like this match a lot. This, in my opinion, was the match of the night. That may be an unpopular opinion, but that's mine. Sorry. But it was no thrills, just a good, solid, technical match that you could suspend disbelief and believe was a fight. Alright, so I like that match. I got nothing bad to say about it. It was great. Match of the night. Moving on to the next match, which I believe was Cameron Grimes and Dexter Lumis. I'm not a huge fan of Dexter Lumis. I haven't been since his NXT days. I'm sure, and it's not really anything with his work, but I can never get over the creeper gimmicks they give him. And the mustache just looks stupid. I'm sorry. Anyway. So the match, it was a strap match. Nobody knows how to do a freaking strap match anymore. Seriously, go back and watch some strap matches. Watch some Texas bull rope matches. Learn how to do this stuff. And I'm sure if you didn't have the strap in there, the match would have been fine. But these two, the strap didn't work. They didn't know how to use it. They didn't know how to run a strap match. Part of the ending sequence was kind of cool with the way that they worked it, so that they kept reversing each other, and the strap got tangled up in Cameron Grimes' feet. Okay, that was kind of interesting. I like that. But the rest of the match was just kind of meh, meh. And the very, very end where he wrapped the strap around his eyes, and Cameron Grimes just continually trying to wrap the strap around Dexter Lumis's eyes was ridiculous. It was not good. Like I said, the match was just kind of meh. Um, and hey, there's stuff to like with Cameron Grimes. I don't mind Cameron Grimes. I would like to see more of him, but the match was what it was. And then you had the three-way for the North American title: Johnny Gargano, Damian Priest, and Leon Ruff, who I kept thinking they were saying Leo Rush the whole time. There was that, and that match too was what it was. I used to be really high on Gargano, but then I'll admit I listened to a little too much Jim Cornette, and he just ruined Gargano for me, calling him Johnny Sameface and pointing out that his facial expressions never seem to change. And now I can't see anything else when I watch Gargano, which is sad because I used to really like him. But the match was what it was. I think there had to be another way to get there without having the new guy involved. But Gargano won. He's now a 3-time North American champion. It turns out that one of the people behind the ghost face mask, which I think is... They're ripping off Scream. Anyway, one of the people behind the ghost face mask was Austin Theory, so that explains where he's been. Great, Austin Theory's back. That's awesome. Austin Theory has a lot of potential. Could be really good. So then after that, what came next? I don't remember. Sorry, a lot of these matches just kind of blended into blah for me. But let's skip ahead. I actually think the next one was the next War Games match. Was it? No, it was the War Games match. That was the next one. So you had Undisputed Era versus Pat McAfee's team. And again, I like a lot of people in this match. I like Undisputed Era. You know, I've got nothing bad to say about anybody in the Undisputed Era. Pat McAfee, the few times I've seen him, has been good. Despite being really new, he actually seems to understand what it means to be a heel. I love Pete Dunne. I've loved Pete Dunne for a long time. Lorcan and Birch, I haven't seen much of them. I haven't had any big issues with them from what I have seen, but I haven't, I've liked what I've seen, but I haven't seen much. Again, I don't watch NXT every week. It's just too much wrestling in 1 week. Anyway, so the match started off great. Kyle O'Reilly, Pete Dunne started great. And then, let's see, then it was Lorcan came in, and it was Lorcan, yeah. Okay, I do get Lorcan and Birch screwed up. I think it was Lorcan came in next. And again, so far so good. And then Fish came in. And then Birch came in and just lost because, again, he walks past the door. He goes underneath the ring. He pulls out a big bag, throws it in the ring, gets in the ring. It's cricket bats. Cricket bats. Cricket? Cricket? You got to know what a crumpet is to understand cricket. Yeah, I just made a Ninja Turtle reference. Moving on. So at that point, the match lost me. It was like, come on, knock it off. Just have a good grudge match. Have a grudge match. No toys, no furniture. Just get them in there and have them fight. All right, I'll even accept the fact that there's going to be some stupid dives. If you just, no more furniture. I'm done with the furniture. I don't care about tables. I don't care about ladders. I don't care about chairs. Just no furniture. Come on. Everything's got to have furniture these days. It's ridiculous. And using it so often completely negates the effect of it being used. Because it's used all the time now. So, okay, who cares? People go through tables and kick out of crap all the time now. Who cares? It's like just another move. Whatever. Can you tell I want things to make sense in wrestling? I'm a fool, I know. But they bring that in, and then I forget who comes in next, and then again people start bringing crap in every time. Pat McAfee comes out, and he's got tables for all the Undisputed Era, and oh my gosh. Ridiculous. Just completely ridiculous. And then Cole's the last one in, and the match, War Games starts, if you can call it War Games. So they fight. Pat McAfee eventually jumps off the top of the cage, like EO did, without the trash can. I didn't notice it, but apparently nobody tried to catch him, because at that point, the cricket bats, I really checked out, and I was only looking at the TV every once in a while at that point. Undisputed Era won. It was a thing. I'm not going to call it a War Games match. We were supposed to see 2 War Games matches tonight, and we saw a bunch of people moving furniture around with some kind of wrestling happening in between the moves. That's what we saw. As somebody who's been a wrestling fan since the 80s, this is hard to watch. It really is. It really is. And the problem is there aren't many real alternatives. AEW's terrible. There's people there I like, but most of their matches are garbage. Everything goes out to the floor in 2 seconds. There are no tag team rules. The talent they have, they butcher. FTR, good God, what are they doing to FTR? That's a whole other video, though, getting into AEW. I'm going to have to do that video one of these days. I'm going to have to start doing this more often. Anyway, my thoughts on NXT War Games. It had a wrestling match, which was great. Ciampa and Thatcher, match of the night. The 3-way for the North American title was there. The 2 War Games matches started off okay, but then turned to garbage really quick. There are issues, and nobody, and Regal's there, and he should know how to do this stuff. And anyway, that's my thoughts on on NXT Takeover War Games. It wasn't great. It really wasn't. And that hurts to say, because I like going back and rewatching some of the old War Games matches, because some of them were really good, but at least with my nostalgic goggles, they were good, but this was not. I don't think any of the War Games matches have really been that good so far. Maybe the one Rhea Ripley won last year was all right for most of it. Maybe. I'd have to go back and rewatch it to be sure. But I don't know. I really don't know. Stuff's getting harder and harder to watch. Anyway, this is just something I'm throwing together at the last minute. I didn't expect to do this. I didn't prep to do a video, so there aren't going to be any bells and whistles on this. Hopefully, I'll start posting videos, either video game stuff and wrestling reviews again more regularly. But anyway, this video is already longer than I wanted to. It's almost 20 minutes. Have a good night, everybody. I'll see you all next time.